Hi CAC, and welcome to your period of the day yoga with Bobby. My name is Bobby. You might remember me from such Internet Island activities as Tie-Dye Tuesday. So here I am again. I am a certified yoga instructor. Some of you might know me from CAC as a silks teacher in the Big Top. So I'm really excited to get moving with you all again today. So we're going to start out sitting on our bums here, just sitting up nice and tall with your legs crossed. Roll those shoulders down and back. Just place your hands on your knees to start. We're going to start out this yoga class in this cross-legged position, and then we're going to flow through a couple of my favorite movements. So sit up nice and tall, close the eyes, and then I want you to make sure that you're breathing through your nose here. So your nose is a vessel. It's a beautiful way to filter the air as it enters the body. If you're unable to breathe through your nose, though, feel free to breathe through your mouth. That's no problem. And sit up really nice and tall. Think about the top of your head touching the ceiling or touching the sky. As you breathe in and out through the nose, I want you to really think about the way it feels for the rib cage as it grows wider as the air enters your lungs, and then feel the belly as it maybe pushes out as the air leaves the body. And then with each breath, with the mouth closed, if you can, I want you to pretend that you're fogging up a window so that you could draw something on it. But keep the mouth closed so that you can create this really loud, oceanic sounding breath. So it almost sounds like waves in the ocean. And notice if both of your sit bones, so both bones that protrude through the muscles on your bum, if both of those are on the ground or on the mat. If they're not, see if you can press both of them down so that the whole body is really nice and heavy on the mat. And then after your next exhale, just flutter the eyes open, staying in this seated position here, keeping the hands on your knees, keeping the belly in, staying sitting up nice and tall. Let's take some side stretches here. So we're just going to reach up to the ceiling, reach those fingertips high, breathe in. As you exhale, plant the right hand down next to you and reach up and over the body with the left hand. Gaze underneath the left armpit up at the ceiling, and think about opening your heart towards the ceiling here. Gazing up, growing nice and long across the left side of your body. A nice deep side stretch here. Take a nice deep breath in as you reach and lengthen. As you breathe out, just place your left hand on your right knee and place your right hand behind your back. And then just take a twist. Gaze over the right shoulder, using your left hand on the right knee to draw the heart towards the right side of the mat or of the room. And you're just gazing over your right shoulder here, just so that your whole body is in this really nice deep twist. And then let's slowly take a deep breath in, inhale, come back through center. Roll those shoulders back, really ground your sit bones back into the mat. And then inhale as you reach the fingers up towards the ceiling once again. Really pull the shoulders away from your ears and energize through the arms so that your elbows are extended as well. And then as you exhale, plant the left hand down next to you. Press into it and reach up and over with the right arm. Gaze underneath the right armpit and really press into the right sit bone. So you can grow really nice and long across that right side of your body. Really nice, long, deep breath here. Gaze up. Notice what this feels like, if it's any different from the other side. And then on your next exhale, take the right hand to your left knee. Roll the left shoulder back and place the left hand behind your back. Gaze over the left shoulder. Take a twist. Take one last deep breath in here as you roll back through center. Roll those shoulders back 3 times, just to start creating some movement in your shoulders. And then roll them forward 3 times. Your shoulders go up towards your ears and then down towards the front. And then from here, if you're not facing the top of your mat, just turn to face it. Plant your hands down in front of you and roll into your all 4 neutral spine. So you want to have your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. You can have your toes tucked under or on top of the mat. And we're just going to take some cat-cow flows. So your cat is your exhale when you draw the belly button up towards your spine, round the spine towards the ceiling, and press the shoulder blades away from each other. Your cow face pose is when you inhale and pull the heart forward and gaze up towards the ceiling. So you're going to move through this at your own pace. Exhaling as you round the spine, and inhaling as you pull the heart forward, really pulling that gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine, press the belly button in towards the ceiling. Inhale, pull the heart forward, arch the back, gazing up at the sky or at the ceiling. And make sure that you're really pressing into the hands and into the knees here so that you're activating different parts of the body. Let's take one more inhale and one more exhale. And then we'll just meet back in our neutral pose. So just a nice long back here. Take a nice deep breath in and make sure you have space, because what we're going to do here is take a big step back with both feet so that you're in a high plank position. So you're pressing into the hands. You have a nice long line from the top of the head all the way to your heels. You're pressing those heels back. Take a nice deep breath in as you exhale. Shift all the way up and back. Come to a downward facing dog. Press those heels back and take a big bend in either knee at a time. So I'm doing what I call walking my dog by bending one knee at a time and reaching back with one heel at a time to open up and stretch the back of the legs. And in this downward dog, I want you to think about your tailbone touching the ceiling or touching the sky. So you're really lifting your hips as high as you can, just bending one foot at a time and really growing long with your spine at the same time. So maybe you're just looking at your toes. And then next time you take a deep breath in, look towards your hands and take a big step forward with one foot and then the other, and take a big bend in your knees when you get there. This is called ragdoll pose, because we're just going to fold over the body like a ragdoll. Take hold of either elbow and just sway from side to side, just to release any tension in your back, so any tightness, and then notice how your legs are feeling from that downward facing dog. So just a nice deep bend in your knees as the crown of your head reaches towards the mat. So the top of your head is facing the mat. And then slowly release your hands down to the mat. And then on your next deep breath in, you're going to roll the body all the way up to standing. Your head's going to come up last. Roll those shoulders back when you get there. And then inhale, reach the hands towards the ceiling. Gaze up at the ceiling. Exhale as you bring your hands through heart center. And then make sure you're standing at the top of your mat. We're going to flow through 3 sun salutations here, so I'll walk you through them if you've never done these before. You're going to take a deep breath in, reach the hands towards the ceiling. As you exhale, fold over the legs, forward fold. Take your hands to the mat, and then you're going to inhale, gaze forward, and bring your hands to your legs, to your shins, to a flat back. Plant your hands back down on the mat. Take a big step back to that high plank once again, and then we're going to make our way onto our bellies. So you're going to exhale, let the knees come down, and then sink your heart all the way onto the mat. On your inhale, you're going to lift the chest off the mat, press into the hands a little bit, coming to a baby cobra. You can press higher than this if you want to. As you exhale, press through the hands and the knees Tuck your toes under and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Press your heels up back towards the edge of the mat. Maybe you bend the knees a little bit and really think about your tailbone touching the ceiling. Gaze forward as you deep breath in, and then as you're exhaling, step forward with the opposite leg from last time to your forward fold. As you inhale, take flat back again, hands to your shins or to your legs. And as you exhale, fold even deeper, let the crown of your head reach down. And then inhale, come up to standing, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come through, heart center. Let's do 2 more just like that. Big step to the top of your mat. Inhale as you reach the hands high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, hands come to your legs, flat back. Plant those hands down as you breathe out. Step back to your high plank. And then we're going to lower through, knees down, lying all the way down. Come to your cobra pose on your inhale. Lift the heart, lift the chest, pull those shoulders back. As you exhale, press into the hands, tuck the toes, lift up, down dog. Press the heels down and back. Lift those hips nice and high. Gaze forward, inhale. This time, see if maybe you can do a little bunny hop to the top of your mat. So you're just going to bend at the knees and then hop your feet to meet the hands to a forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back as you gaze forward. Exhale to fold even deeper over those legs. Roll up to standing on your inhale. Reach those hands high, gaze up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Let's do 1 more of those, but we're going to stay in our downward facing dog when we get there. So take a big step to the top of your mat. We're going to inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, put those hands down and take a big step back to your high plank. Lower those knees, lower the heart, come all the way onto the belly, and then inhale, come to baby cobra. Exhale, press into those hands. Stay in your downward facing dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Press into the feet. Think about your tailbone or your bum touching the sky, touching the ceiling. And then bring your big toes together so that your feet are together at the back of your mat in your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in and lift the right leg up to the sky as high as you can reach it. Lift that foot really high. Take a deep breath in. As you take a deep breath out, bring the right knee in towards your chest and then step the foot between the hands. We're coming to a lunge position. So you're going to shift all the way off of that leg and just sink really nice and deep into the right knee so that you have almost a 90-degree angle in your right knee and your left leg is extended. Reach those fingers up towards the sky. Breathe in, lift the heart, sink nice and low into that right hip. You might feel a nice deep stretch across the left hip. On your exhale, you're going to open up your arms, bend the elbows, lift the heart. We call this cactus arms. And we're going to do 2 more like that. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, cactus arms. Holding this lunge. Inhale, fingertips reach high. Exhale, cactus arms, lifting your heart towards the sky. Inhale, reach those fingers up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, just place your hands on either side of your right foot and then lower the left knee down and untuck the left toes. Pull the heart forward, pressing towards the right heel or your hips towards the floor for a low lunge. Take your hands to your knee and just sit as low as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. And then see if you can find your balance. Lift your hands towards the ceiling 1 more time. Pull your heart nice and high. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, take your left hand and put it down on the mat and reach your right hand up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. So you're taking a twist. Reach that right hand nice and high as you sink your hips forward. And maybe you want to bend the left knee and reach back for the left toes with the right fingertips. And look over your right shoulder. See if you can see your left toes. Say hi to them. Breathe in as you pull those hips forward. And then slowly let that left foot come down. Reach the right hand all the way up and over. And then plant it on the outside of the right foot. See if you can step back to your high plank. And then we're just going to shift from here back to your downward facing dog. Bring your feet together once again and then lift that left leg all the way up towards the sky. Reach those toes nice and high, lengthen through your spine. And then as you breathe out, bring the left knee into your chest and plant the foot between your hands so that you're in that high lunge on the left this time. Sink super low into the left knee. Reach the right heel back. And then reach your fingers up towards the sky. Hello. Rafi's back. Sink those hips nice and low so that you're in a 90-degree angle with your left knee and reach the right heel back. We're going to do those cactus arms once again, so reach the fingers up towards the sky on an inhale. As you breathe out, just open up the arms, come to 90-degree angles with your elbows, and then inhale, reach high once again. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, cactus arms. Last one here, inhale, reach high. As you exhale, bring your hands all the way down to frame your left foot and lower the right knee down. Let your hips sink forward towards your left heel. And then bring your hands to your knee or to your thigh. Press those hips towards the heel. Let the hips lower. Breathe in and out through the nose. You might feel a nice big stretch on the front of your right thigh. And then inhale, reach the hands towards the ceiling. See if you can find balance. Really press those hands nice and high. Really energize through the elbows. Breathe in. As you breathe out, put the right hand down on the mat and reach the left hand towards the sky. Taking a twist. Taking a twist. And then maybe you bend the right knee and reach for those right toes with the left fingertips. Gaze over the left shoulder. Let the hips sink forward. Really press into your right hand. Gazing over the left shoulder. Hello, toes. On your exhale, just lower the right foot down. Bring the left hand back on the outside of the left foot. See if you can step back to your high plank and then shift all the way back to your downward facing dog. From here, we're just going to come high on the toes, lower the knees down onto the mat, and sit your hips towards your heels. Reach your hands in front of you. Take a child's pose. Let your forehead come down. Take 5 deep breaths here in your child's pose. And while you're in this shape, I want you to be thinking about all the ways that your body helps you move and helps you do all the amazing things that you do every day. And think about how grateful you are for this movement that you can do. Once you've taken your 5 deep breaths, you can stay in your child's pose or roll all the way up and find a comfortable seat. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach the hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, just bring your hands through heart center. Close the eyes. You can also bring your hands to your knees if that's more comfortable for you. And just think about all the ways that you can bring movement to your body. In yoga, we say, the light in me honors and appreciates the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, CAC. I can't wait to practice with you again in person. Rafi won't be there for that, will you?